Yep, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, but I've been sitting here for like an hour. I told you I wanted a cat to pet for stress. No cat, no, you know. You guys got to read the fucking writer. So crazy story. When I first started traveling, going to different countries, I wound up in Peru, in Lima. I was looking to buy pyrite directly from the miners. And so anyway, I take like 3 layover flights. It was a nightmare. It was like 48 hours of traveling. So I'm like already kind of worried because I have to figure out how do I get from point A to point B. And I had an address. So I was meeting this guy at his house because he was apparently the miner and he had all of the material in his garage. One of my rules in international traveling is you never get in a car with somebody that you don't know. But in the beginning, when I first started, I didn't really know a lot of people in a lot of different places. I was just super ambitious. So I get out of the airport and I'm trying to find a taxi cab driver and it's like a freaking nightmare. Nobody speaks a word of English, like at all. I have the address written down on a piece of paper and I'm showing this guy and he's like, yeah, yeah, see, you know, I'm like, all right, okay, so like, can you take me to this place? And he's like, yeah. Right, so we spend 2 hours driving around fucking Peru with this dude. His car smelled so bad. I think he was farting. Maybe that was his gig. He was like, oh, let me take this guy on a fart ride. You know what I mean? He was just taking me out. He was hotboxing me, locked the windows on me. You know what I mean? He was just ripping. He was just ripping ass. We eventually get to the guy's house, which was like literally 15 minutes away from the airport. It's like literally like a little tiny house. And I'm like, how is this gonna be where I'm getting the supply? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna have a very large amount of material. You know, if you're buying out the mines, you're getting a large material. I knock on the door, the guy comes out and I'm like, hey, you know, guys, I've been talking to this guy via email. And I'm like, I'm here to buy the pyrite, you know, from your mine. And he's like, oh yeah. He takes me into his garage and he's just got buckets of pyrite in his garage. And I think it was like around 2,000 kilos worth, which is not a lot of material for if you're buying out a mine. And he had originally told me that he was gonna sell me all the material for $8 a kilo, which was a really good price. It was a very good price. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, I have the cash on hand, which was also freaking crazy. Like I'm carrying around 20 grand in cash. He tried to change the price on me, I mean, which was really fucked up because like I had just flown there and he was now saying it was $10 a kilo. And I'm like, well, I only got 8. And eventually I'm like, you know what? I'm getting back in the fucking fart taxi and I'm going back home. And eventually he conceded and I paid $8 a kilo for the material. So after I buy the material and I pay him for the material, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna pack it up and ship it to me in the United States? And he's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean, no? He's like, it's yours, take it. And I'm like, where am I gonna fucking take 2,000? Where am I gonna do with 2,000 kilos of pyrite? He's like, I don't know. He already has my money, I already paid him. So I'm like, you have to help me ship this material. Like, I can't ship this. I gotta get on a plane. He's like, I don't know. Walks away. So now I'm outside this guy's house. I got 2,000 kilos in friggin' 5-gallon buckets. Whatever, I start praying to God, to Jesus, to Buddha, Krishna. I'm like, can someone please show up here and help me? I walk to the main street and I flag down another taxi. And Jesus Christ answered my prayer and sent me someone that could speak English. So the taxi driver speaks English. And I'm like, I got a problem. I have 2,000 kilos of rocks and I need to ship them back to the US. And he's like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm like, is there a DHL? Is there a UPS? Is there a FedEx? Like, where can I go? So I make 3 trips with the guy to DHL. And I left the rocks on the street, which was the craziest thing. Because he literally kicked me and the rocks out of his garage. So I had the rocks literally on the side of the street, drove 20 minutes to DHL, dropped off the stuff there, drove back 20 minutes, and I did that 3 times. And DHL was like so amazing. And I just literally threw it in box, no wrapping, no padding. I just literally threw the pyrite in the boxes, taped the shit out of them, and got back on a plane. And sure enough, like 30 days later, it all showed up. But that was the last time I did anything stupid like that. Booyakasha! We're here in North Bergen, New Jersey. We're at the Crystal Shop. We're gonna take a walk through. This is where I started my journey. This was actually my crystal shop for 7 years, and now it's under new management. And let's go meet the owner. Hi, Naomi. How are you? Nice to be back.
Hi, my name is Naomi. Welcome to the Crystal Shop NJ. I am a partner here at the Crystal Shop, also full-time manager and Kundalini yoga teacher. So 99% of our rocks comes from the mines. So everything is ethically sourced. And the way that the shop is designed, everything is curated so that you come in and have a full experience. Everything tells a story. It's all color coordinated. You get to experience color, shapes. Everything is in here for you, and there's something for everybody. Whether you're shopping for your home, your business, you want something that you're just throwing in a bag, for your children, for your animals. There's jewelry, accessories, candles, sages, smudge sticks, incense. Literally a one-stop shop, but you're coming in and it's like a breath of fresh air. So we're really passionate about everything that we do here. We really put our heart into it, and it's important for us to connect with the community that comes in here. We teach yoga classes, we have lectures on crystals, we do a monthly Crystals 101. So when you come in here, you're learning, it's an experience, and everyone that comes in here leaves extremely happy just because of that.
What I'm really loving about what Naomi has done with this place is that the diversity is so great. You have small stuff like tumbled stones, rough stones. One of the things I always tell clients when they come to the warehouse, have as many tumbled and rough stones as you possibly can. Make sure that they are good quality stones. So we have that. We have a very large, I'm gonna say looks like around 300 plus tumbled and rough stone on the tables over there. But then we come to the shelves and there's everything. And the prices are super good here, really. Like the prices are very, very good. The markup is not very high. Like even this piece of Mangano calcite, I thought it was 30 bucks. Normally you'd see like $45, $50 on something like this. Not only that, some of the material that they have in here is exquisite, like top shelf, top notch material that's in here. Like this piece of Himalayan quartz is extremely high quality material. Even this piece that I was pointing out before, $720 for this rock, this is a $1,200 rock. So you can get material in here that's priced very, very fairly. What I really love too is the color coordination that they've done here. It's like, you know, again, this place is a story, it's a journey, and they're taking you on a journey. When I had the store, it was very different, but what I really love here is the journey that I'm being taken on. The way that things are displayed, the way that things are set up. I mean, literally every shelf could be an altar in somebody's house. Every shelf was done with thought and intention and care. The attention to detail is magnificent. I'm just kind of blown away by the way that the things are laid out here. This is what you want in your shop. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with clients that come into the warehouse and I'm like, you need to invest money into this material. These pieces have been sitting here over a year, they're not selling, but what they're doing is they're calling everybody in. They're legitimizing the business and they're calling people in. Because if I'm coming to a crystal shop, I want to see this in my crystal shop. I don't want to come to a crystal shop and all I'm getting is tumbled stones and tchotchkes and shit from China. What I want is, I want to see this in my crystal shop. I want to experience this in my crystal shop. So while yes, it's an expensive thing, it's an investment, but it's a marketing tool. Most people running crystal shops don't understand you need to invest money into marketing. The best marketing you're gonna have is this kind of stuff because people are gonna come and wanna take pictures in front of the thing and post it to their social media. And that just gets you blowing up your own social media. So one of the things I wish I could iterate better to my clientele that currently has windows and storefronts and things like that is you need this in your store. You have to. I get it. If you're starting a business and money's tight and you don't have the 10 grand to come out of pocket, work to it. Like, make that a point. I need to get there where I have the money to buy pieces like this and put pieces like this in my shop, because it legitimizes you. When we're looking at the spectrum of crystal shops, one of the things you're going to see is that when times are tough like they are right now, when the economy is bad like they are right now, this place is going to do well because it's legitimate and it's legitimized and it has someone paying attention to detail. I mean, doing everything right, essentially. So when I was teaching classes here and doing energy work, I had actually built this thing because if you hit the thing on the side, the pendulum shake. Your vibration goes into the wood. This one is still going, right? So let's pick this one up. So that's how you can decide what pendulum is actually going to work really well for you. And there's a science behind this. There's actually math that when it's building this thing, right? I mean, and you can see as soon as I pick this thing up, it just starts whirling. You know, and I've seen people like pretend I'm not doing anything to manipulate it. But that's really cool that they still have this thing up and that you can come in here and you can literally just tap it on the side, and then pendulums that are in accordance with your own vibration will just toggle like that. You see, it's funny because like not all of them do it. Every person that hits it, it's going to have a different reaction to that person. So this used to be where I would give lectures. You know, I would have like a little table here set up. This was where I would teach, and then I also had on 3 days a week I was doing energy healing in here, and I had my table set up in here, and I was doing sessions with people, and it's just still, it's like it feels so good in here. Really amazing job they've done. And right now they're teaching classes here. They're doing yoga classes, Kundalini classes, but amazing vibe. People are gonna think I'm crazy and probably not believe me what I'm saying right now, but this is like completely true stories. This is the first time I'm actually ever telling this story. I don't think I've ever told anybody this story. I told my cousin the story because later he came. Many experiences with ghosts and paranormal activity and weird things around me, not by my choosing, not by my liking. I quite honestly, I want nothing to do with any of it, but you know, so you don't always get to pick and choose your battles. My last warehouse, which was in Richfield, that place was haunted as shit. And during the pandemic, I was working, I had moved out of my house and I was staying in an apartment with my cousin. I didn't want to get anybody in my house sick. So I'm working like literally 10, 11, 12 hours at night. And I built a music room upstairs, similar to the music room that I have here, you know, because I had nothing else to do. So I'd be hanging out there at night. Anyway, I'm up there, I'm playing music, I'm writing some songs, and the power goes off on the block, and I'm upstairs in the attic, like near the attic by myself, and I immediately get the freaking creeping willies. And I get up and I just run out the door. Like I literally I jumped down the whole flight of stairs, I think it was like 12, 13 stairs, one shot, just like woof, right down, like ninja tumble rolled out the door, and like I was outside and I'm like, oh, I'm safe. I left everything inside, my keys, my phones, everything was fucking upstairs in the room. I'm like, all right, well I gotta go back upstairs now and get my shit. So I walk back inside, like I walk into the front door and there's the stairway going upstairs. And I'm looking up at the top of the stairs and I kid you not, I see freaking eyes at the top of the stairs. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like I gotta get my keys, do you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta get my fucking keys and my phone, and there's literally eyes at the top of the stairs. I went back outside, came back inside, you know, and eventually I'm like, took a real deep breath and I just ran up the stairs. It was pitch black dark still. So I'm like falling on the stairs as I'm running, and I run into the room, I grab my shit, and I run back downstairs. I'm telling you, man, I felt the thing. The experience of it was horrible, level 10 terrifying. It genuinely was. The terror that I experienced going back into the room and out was it. So I had the wrong keys to the wrong car. So I have to go back upstairs again. I'm getting fucking agitated just thinking about it. So I'm outside, I'm like literally waiting outside for 20 minutes. And I'm like, dude, I can't do it again. There's no way I'm like, I can do this again. I get back inside, I look up at the top of the stairs, and I just run up the stairs. And I get to the room, and like I hear shit. Like I'm hearing shit, I'm feeling shit. And I'm like walking around in the dark in the room, like trying to feel for the key, and I can't find the keys, and I'm up there. And then the thing talks to me. Dog, right? I'm up in the room, and I don't know exactly what it said, but it was like, and I just left the key. I didn't even was like, fuck this, man. You can have it all. That time I fell down the stairs. Actually, I tumbled down the stairs. I ran outside, and as soon as I get outside, the lights go back on the block. All the lights come back on. I'm like, you kidding me? Like I could have just waited like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, however long. However, it seemed like an eternity, but I could have just waited for the lights to come back on, and then at least I would have been able to like navigate the place and not in the pitch black dark with a poltergeist breathing down my neck. Fast forward about 2 weeks. So I'm down in the warehouse by myself, and the power goes off again, right? And I just start, and I'm just running, and like I'm bumping into the walls. I'm just falling over. I don't even care. I'm like, I'm willing to break my fucking bones to get out of here. There's no way I'm letting that thing mess with me again. As I get into the stairwell, something grabs my ankle and pulls me, and I literally fall backwards on this, like onto my stomach. So I don't know what kind of evil shit this thing was, but there's no explanation. Something grabbed my ankle and pulled me, and I fell like right onto the stairs. And so I get up and I run, and I'm running, and I left my freaking keys and my phone again on the table downstairs where I was working, right? And I'm like, all right, you know what? Lights are gonna go back on. Dana's gonna show up with dinner. I'm just gonna sit here. So an hour and a half goes by. I'm sitting out on the curb, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just imagining all of this shit. I'm a big boy. I'm strong. I'm brave. You know, so I get back inside, and I'm like, pop my chest out, and I'm like, I'm brave. I'm telling myself, I'm whispering, I'm brave. I'm just gonna walk. You know, I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna hyperventilate. I'm just gonna Joe Cool, walk to the table downstairs, grab my shit, and then just Joe Cool walk out. And so let this thing know that I'm not a punk. I get to the door, and the fucking thing whispers at me again. And I'm like, like screaming at the top of my lungs, and just running. Like I'm just like, I probably was just like running in circles, like running around in circles down in the warehouse, just like screaming at the top of my lungs, not even looking for my keys. I'm just like running in circles, just like screaming, right? And finally, like I grab my stuff and run outside the warehouse. And as soon as I get outside, I can't write this shit, man. As soon as I get outside the warehouse, Danny pulls up. I just needed to wait another 7 minutes. And then the thing haunted us all the way till the end, till we left. The thing tormented me. You know, it wasn't like letting me know, like, hey, I'm a ghost, I'm here. It was like trying to scare the dog shit out of me. It was very successful. Very efficient at its job. Totally need a ghost promotion there.